It's your boy, CringeyJesse. And this is Formula One Manager 23 here at round number 11. We're going to Silverstone, Great Britain is the next track. And at the end of the last video, I pointed out that we had $300,000 to spend. But we had to go into the cars and we had to buy a new ERS. I think we had to buy another gear part and I believe 2 engines. However, I'm still keeping this one on, at least for practice, just because I know it's getting really low, and I don't know at what point it starts to affect the car. So I probably could still use these. I don't know. Someone help me out. So yes, I ended up having to buy 2 new engines, especially for car 2, which completely destroyed itself last week. So he's 99 everything. I don't even want to go back to anything. So we're gonna run with it. That put us 14 million in debt. Just about 15 million in debt, and you know what that means. The board confidence has been lost. It's lost. It's gone forever. It is gone. Race performance wise, they are happy. They are happy. They were happy in Bahrain. They were delighted in Jeddah. They were okay. Melbourne, Baku, but in Miami, Imola, Monaco, Barcelona, and Canada, bro, they were happy. They were happy. Spielberg, they were not. They were disappointed. Objectives, they're satisfied. We are doing that. But however, in February, we had no debt. March, no debt. April, no debt. And then the debt just slowly increased over the next couple of months. So I'm really hoping as we go back to these cars here, we don't need to waste money anywhere else, except we're going to have to. We're going to have to waste money at the suspensions because we have only 2. And I don't think we have anything working at the moment. We do not. We do not. So this is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. It's another 7 million in debt, but we're gonna do it because I have faith. So we have those. We're gonna manufacture. Does it tell us which ones? It says front wing 2, so that's all that matters. And we are gonna do the same thing, and it is gonna put us another 5. So with that said, we are now almost 30 million in the hole. Almost 30 million in the hole. But we have car parts. The only things we're low on now is side pods and chassis. So if they don't go and ruin these 2 right here, the chassis and the side pods, we should be fine. We should be fine. We don't have to spend money on anything else, which is also very unfortunate because we won't have money to do any research. So we need to gain that 30 million back almost ASAP. Almost ASAP. They have lost their confidence. We already know that. They will send a formal warning which may lead to them terminating your contract. I really hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. But we are going to go ahead and pit crew development. They're tired, bro. I'm not going to worry about all that. Anyway, so we are going to go ahead and skip. Oh, there's the mailbox. Due to recent expenditure, is now financially in debt. Please find our finances data attached below. The board will continue to lose confidence in you for as long as the team is in debt. So I would suggest that we avoid committing to any further spending until this is resolved. And that is exactly what I want to do. That is exactly what I want to do. I don't want to spend any more money. That is the goal, to not spend any more money. Now we're going to skip ahead one more time. Alright, there's one more mail. One more mail. British. Okay, so it's British Grand Prix stuff. Okay, cool. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to go into the practice, get my car set up, and have everybody loving what they're about to do. And I will see you guys in qualifying.
We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
The high-speed corners at Silverstone are a great challenge for the cars and drivers. The technical Sector 1 rewards strong mechanical grip while high-speed aerodynamic efficiency will come into play in the final 2 sectors.
And in terms of the driver we've got here, Nick de Vries, how do you think he's feeling at this moment?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
But don't go anywhere, folks. It's nearly time for qualifying.
And here we are in Q1. Remember how before we got here, I was like, as long as they don't break anything, we should be fine? No, Nico Hulkenberg had to go and damage the underfloor during practice. So we're down an underfloor, but I know we still have plenty ahead of us. We're going to send out Kevin Magnussen. There is a Ferrari ahead of us. So maybe we're not going to get the slipstream, but we will be able to see right off the bat how we compare to the Ferraris.
Get the tyres ready.
Copy that.
Try and work on the car a little bit.
All right, Kevin Magnussen coming around to start his lap, and I was wrong. It was not a Ferrari that's ahead of us. It is a Alfa Romeo that is ahead of us. I'm colorblind. I saw a red car. I just assumed it was an Alfa. Shoot. A Ferrari. My bad. We do get a purple Sector 1 with Kevin Magnussen and a green Sector 1 for Nico Hulkenberg. So Kevin Magnussen, so far, the faster car out of my 2 on the track. Someone is going faster behind us, but we do get a purple Sector 2 for Nico Hulkenberg. So he is going faster through Sector 2 as of right now over Kevin Magnussen, but it shouldn't take long before someone takes that away. It's a 128.0 for Kevin Magnussen, who beats out Zhou Guanyu, and a 128.0 for Nico Hulkenberg, who beats out Kevin Magnussen by 0.026. That is very close for both of my cars, and I'm not too mad. But I do know that there is, in fact, a Ferrari out there now, and I think he's coming around the last corner right here. So we're going to see how we compare to Charles Leclerc, and we are almost 2 seconds slower than he is. All right, with 3 minutes to go in Q1, I am going to send them both out because they are pretty close. However, I don't see a lot of cars that can beat us. The Williams have been doing good, so it is very possible that Logan Sargent can, in fact, beat us out. Piastri could probably beat us out, which will put one of us down there. Sonoda and De Vries could also do the same. I'm not too worried about Guan Yu Zhou, but because there is plenty of cars who can just edge us out, I'm going to go ahead and send both of these guys out, even though there is a part of me that doesn't believe I have to.
Your tires.
Hamilton spins on turn 7, so there was a yellow flag. I hope that doesn't mess us up too much. 37 seconds left. Both of my guys have crossed the line, so they will be starting this lap. I'm really hoping the cars that I see in front of me, they are also on a lap, because I don't really want to face traffic. Anyway, okay, so we do improve in Sector 1 for both of my drivers. It is a checkered flag. We know it's a checkered flag. You don't have to slow this down every time it's a checkered flag. I know. Okay, Sonoda and Guan Yu Zhou and Nick de Vries did not improve. However, we are improving through Sector 2 with Magnussen and Hulkenberg. So, again, that is something I don't have to worry about there. Let's see. Bottas improves, but only to P16. Kevin Magnussen improves up to P12. Hulkenberg improves up to P13. These times are not good enough to get us into Q3. These positions aren't good enough to get us into Q3. However, here comes Logan Sargent. He is going to improve up to P15. And around at some point, here comes Oscar Piastri into the pit lane. So it is Bottas, Piastri, Sonoda, Nick de Vries, and Guan Yu Zhou eliminated. All right, here in Q2, it is a P12, P13 finish for us, but I'm going to go ahead and send them out now, only because we are starting on the same tires that we used in the last qualifying session, mainly because I might try to get 3 laps out of this one, 1 on the old ones, 2 on some new ones. But we'll see. We'll see.
If you can,
I just
please.
want to see how things turn
Copy.
out. And here we go
And
with
you
Kevin
are good to
Magnussen
go.
and Nico Hulkenberg coming in behind him. I do believe it was a Williams coming out somewhere. It's an Alpine, actually. And I think both of my cars cleared it before it actually got out of the pit. So that is good. We don't have to face traffic. Once again, Kevin Magnussen going the fastest out of the two in Sector 1. As we are coming up to the end of Sector 2 at some point. Those dots don't really... Yeah, those dots don't really match up to the sector, so I don't know what those dots are for. But it is a purple Sector 2 for Kevin Magnussen. He is going fastest through this lap over Nico Hulkenberg. Out of the two that I have on, the only two I have on the track, Kevin Magnussen is going to get a 127.9, and it is going to be a 128.6 for Nico Hulkenberg, who is 6/10 behind. So... we're going to go ahead and skip ahead, see what we should do. All right, 3 minutes left to go. That is a McLaren of Lando Norris. I thought it was a Ferrari. But Magnussen is going to go out behind the McLaren, possibly get some time off him. And that is Lewis Hamilton. So we're going to send out Nico Hulkenberg on him. Maybe we can get slipstream off of him. Going into the last lap. Nico Hulkenberg P15 at the moment. He's the one in danger. And Kevin Magnussen P10. He is also in danger because Max Verstappen is right there behind him. And that is wild. That is wild, being a whole 10th slower than... okay, there he goes. He went away. He's up in P5. We're in last now. We're being eliminated now. That's it. And it is Kevin Magnussen starting his lap. He is actually nowhere near that Lando Norris, so he's not getting the slipstream. But we're going to make sure and stay with him and see if he can get any improvement. There is improvement, a green Sector 1. And here comes Nico Hulkenberg with a green Sector 1 and no Lewis Hamilton in front of him. So he's not getting that slipstream either. We're going to go back to Kevin Magnussen real quick as he's going to finish up Sector 2 here at any moment. We know it's a checkered flag. You don't have to tell us. We know it's a green Sector 2 for Kevin Magnussen. So he is improving, and there's a green Sector 2 for Nico Hulkenberg, who has to fight some traffic. So he is improving as well. Coming around the last turn, it is Kevin Magnussen improving all the way up to P9. Coming around the last turn, it is Nico Hulkenberg improving all the way to P11. So he will definitely get eliminated. Kevin Magnussen is safe. He has made it to Q3. Once again, I believe that is maybe his second time in Q3. So let's see what we got here. We have Carlos Sainz. He's coming across. He's going to take P1. Now, this don't matter, though. Our eliminatees of this round is Hulkenberg, Sargent, Russell, Lando Norris, and Alexander Albon. All right, I did not reconfigure. We are going to go out on the old tires again because remember, at the beginning when I bought all those new parts, I do have penalties for both Hulkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. With Kevin Magnussen barely squeezing in the top 10, I am not too worried about him right here. So we're going to send him out on some old ones first, get him used to the track, and see what he can do from there. Yes, normally I do skip that part, but because I wasn't thinking and went straight into still explaining what I was doing, you get to watch that one part. You get to watch that one time, just one time. Don't expect it ever again. Coming to, that's a green sector. We're not worried about it. We're not worried about it. This is the first one. You all saw how bad the tires are. So we're not expecting a whole lot. But who is on the track? It looks like a Red Bull of Max Verstappen. No, maybe it's an Alpine. It is an Alpine. He is about to come around the last couple of turns here at Silverstone. We're going to see what time he puts in because I think he's going to be the first one, and it is a 1:27.2. We're going to go look. It's not Perez. Kevin Magnussen actually gets a P2. He's the second one to go through, but he's less than a second off of Esteban Ocon. So you know what? I'm not too mad about that. All right, 3 minutes to go. We were less than a second off of Esteban Ocon. Probably still are because we're going off the leader. Yes. Anyway, we did upgrade to fresher tires, not the freshest. We're using the same ones that we used in the last part of the last lap. And here comes an Alpine. They are normally faster than we are, so we're going to try to get out there and get that slipstream off the field, and that is not going to be the case. He is long gone. We're just going to see if we can improve at all, start anywhere above P10, but P10 I think is going to be where we're going to finish. However, with the penalty, I can't tell. I couldn't tell you. I don't know the grid penalty that we've got. We just got a grid penalty. And coming around the corner to start his qualifying lap, it is Kevin Magnussen. I almost said Nico Hulkenberg. Golly, dude, he got eliminated. I can't remember the last time Nico Hulkenberg was in Q3. Just a couple of weeks ago. In the game wise, not in real life. Probably real life. We know it's a checkered flag. You don't have to tell me. Anyway, sorry guys. We do improve through Sector 1, and we will be coming up to the end of Sector 2 here any moment now. I just couldn't exactly tell you where it's at. I think it's about... Okay, we've already passed it. But we do improve through Sector 2. Not really that much of a accomplishment, seeing how we went out on really old tires. But across the line we go. Do we improve? We do not improve. Do we have the same time as Lewis Hamilton? Hold on. No, we don't. Wait. I don't know. Do we have the same exact time as Lewis Hamilton? Because that's not telling us. That's interval. That's to the next guy. I would... Yo! Do we have... We have the same exact time as Lewis Hamilton, a 1:27.350. Anyway, so your starting grid, to the best of my knowledge: Max Verstappen on pole, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Sergio Perez, Lance Stroll. Sergio Perez, P2 in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. I'm sure he's going to want to try to get in front of Max Verstappen. However, Lance Stroll, P5, Charles Leclerc, Esteban Ocon, and Pierre Gasly both up in the top 10, P7, P8. Lewis Hamilton coming across with the same exact time as Kevin Magnussen with a 1:27.350. Are we as good as Mercedes? But we just don't... anyway... Kevin Magnussen, P10, Nico Hulkenberg, P11, both of them with grid penalties, so I don't know exactly where they're going to end. Logan Sargent, P12, also with a grid penalty. Did not know that. George Russell, Lando Norris, Alexander Albon, Valtteri Bottas, Oscar Piastri, Yuki Tsunoda, Nick De Vries, and last, but certainly not least, and with a grid penalty, Zhou Guanyu. Alright fam, that's your lineup. That was qualifying. Let's get to the race.
The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
Silverstone is certainly a circuit rich in Formula One history. From Giuseppe Farina winning the first championship race held here in 1950, right through to Lewis Hamilton's 2008 masterclass on racing in the rain. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
This is sure to be quite the spectacle then, and we've got a front row seat for today's race here at Silverstone. The British Grand Prix is nearly upon us. The drivers composing themselves on the grid ahead of 52 laps around Silverstone. And plenty of people watching on will be keen to follow Fernando Alonso's progress.
Second row of the grid lining up third. That's a really strong chance of good points or even a podium here.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Away we go. If I knew that my penalties would have put me in last place no matter what, I wouldn't have even bothered wasting any kind of engine wear, ERS wear, gearbox wear in qualifying. We are starting P19 and P20. So we're going to look at the top of the grid for a little bit as Verstappen leads everybody through the first couple of turns, and it is Fernando Alonso getting up into P2, and Carlos Sainz P3. Fernando Alonso, he's trying, he's looking for a way around the leader, the championship leader, Max Verstappen, here in Silverstone. As we take a look down here at Lewis Hamilton, this is his home Grand Prix, along with Lando Norris, who's also in the top 10, and George Russell, but we don't care about George Russell. Lando Norris and Hamilton up there. Hamilton P8 right now, trying to get around Ocon and Charles Leclerc as he's looking at their backsides. We're going to go back up to the top for a little bit, looking at Max Verstappen, the championship leader, as he leads everybody through Maggots and Beckett's. If I even said that right, I did not say that right. What's it called? Someone tell me in the comments down below what that's called. I want to be able to get that one right. I want to be able to get it absolutely correct. So yeah, it looks like we are coming to the end of lap 1. Max Verstappen is going to hold on to his lead through the first lap. Fernando Alonso, he is still going to do his best to fight for P1, and Perez and Lance Stroll over here fighting for P4 at the moment, as Perez is inching in front of him. He does have the inside that he does. Hamilton spun on turn 16. I completely missed it, and it put him all the way in the back. Oh, not at his home. Not at his home. He's got to wait for everybody to get by him, too. And that is going to be an extra spot. Zhou Guan Yu just absolutely got obliterated coming out of the turn. Absolutely obliterated. Was this car on fire, too? I thought I saw some flames, but apparently not. Y'all are over-exaggerating. He was already in the back. It doesn't matter. He is still on the road. So we are going to go ahead and turn that off, because there's no telling how long that was on. So maybe in the next run we can get around Nick DeVries with Kevin Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen looks hungry to make some moves. Is he side? No, he's not side. I thought he was side by side there for a second. Coming through this popular named section of Silverstone. I just don't know it, so don't be mad. Is it side by side now? It is. It was. I just didn't catch it in time. It is Kevin Magnussen getting the pass on Nick DeVries, and now he is hunting down Logan Sargent once again. So we're going to go back to the back. We're going to watch Nico Hulkenberg for a little bit as he's coming up to the first DRS zone, and we are going to put his ERS on as well to try to help him get around Nick DeVries, who does not have any DRS, and it is going to be an easy overtake for Nico Hulkenberg up into P16 and P17 for both of my drivers. Ooh, almost completely off the track there. We are side by side with Logan Sargent down into turn 1, and it is Logan Sargent who is going to wreck out Kevin Magnussen. And there is a yellow flag. Kevin Magnussen is still on the track, though, so he will be able to continue to go. I don't know if any of them got a penalty, but
you can see how tight it is.
It is side by side, and then you don't really get to see it.
Pretty risky,
but I
that
think
won't do their confidence any good.
If it's the way I saw it, Logan Sargent was just trying to push him off the track, and it did not work for either one of us. Oh, underfloor damage. So that's... And I got the time penalty. Bro, I am just at a loss of words at what causes this. Did he not hit me in the back tire? We're going to have to rewatch that. Hopefully I can remember to do that. Go back, slow it down, rewatch that. But I am almost positive he hit me in the back tire, which should mean he gets the penalty. Why do I have the penalty? If I'm missing something, someone please educate me. But we're gonna go look at Nico Hulkenberg, who is on the inside and now the outside of Yuki Tsunoda. He's going to try to make the pass down here into turn 1. Please don't do the same exact thing. He does not. That is what I like to see. Oh, heavens above. Hulkenberg does get the pass, and now he is looking to get in front of Valtteri Bottas, which he does, and now he is looking forward to Oscar Piastri. There is another yellow flag, and it's not Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg didn't cause the yellow flag. Hulkenberg, as a matter of fact, made passes. It is Hamilton. Hamilton locks up on turn number 7. However, we are going to watch Kevin Magnussen as there's another yellow flag. I wonder what that one's for. It should tell us Russell locking up on turn 16. And it's going to go around the outside of Nick DeVries. Up into P18 goes Kevin Magnussen to the end of the lap. We are now 2.5 seconds behind Logan Sargent, the guy who wrecked us on turn 1. Yes, I am going to be petty about that. I am going to be mad about that because that doesn't make a lick of sense to me. He wrecked us. We get the penalty. FIA, fix your system. Anyway, Hulkenberg over here. I'm over here just being mad as heck. Hulkenberg makes the pass on Oscar Piastri. He is now 6.7 seconds behind Pierre Gasly of P11, and with the rate that he is going, I can see him catching up to that. So I'm going to hope that he does. There's another yellow flag as Nico Hulkenberg is going into the pit lane. It's Stroll. He spins out on turn number 5. Nico Hulkenberg in the pit lane. He is getting passed up by everybody. No mistakes there. He is coming out P18. Possibly, no, P19. It's going to be Lewis Hamilton who just barely gets by him. And here we come with Kevin Magnussen into the pit lane here on lap 19 to serve a 5-second penalty that was unjustly given to us because it was Logan Sargent's fault. Yo, you know how I was saying at the beginning of the race? Oh, there's a... Bruv. Get the wheel off the car. Holy cow, dude. Oh my Jesus, bro. There are times like right now where I wish I had a face cam during all of this because I'm at a loss of words right now. How could you not get the tire off the car, bro? You've been doing this for 10 weeks. Oh my gosh. He is right behind Nick DeVries, and there's another yellow flag, and it is Kevin Magnussen who spins out.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Did he say he wasn't okay? Because I wasn't looking.
Nothing at this point. Whoa! And around they spin. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
Their pit crew looks just like me, so I'm not even going to say that they're overreacting, even though it was just a spin. Ooh! Hello? We're going to slow that down before we go into the chicane, and we're going to put it right back on the front straight. There's no DRS on the front straight, but these are very long turns. Here's some slow turns. We are right there behind them. If we can get out in front, here we go with the DRS. ERS activated all the way down. We're on the inside, and we got the turn. We've made the turn. Logan Sargent, pay attention. That's how you turn without knocking somebody off the track. Remember that. Leader, Hulkenberg has also been lapped. Hulkenberg has actually finished, and Verstappen, Leclerc, and Alonso have also come across the line. That is your top 3. That is going to be the podium standings at the moment. We're going to go ahead and put this back in 2 times 2. Lance Stroll coming around P4. Aston Martin making moves this weekend. Looking at things, Carlos Sainz P5, Sergio Perez P6, George Russell P7, Esteban Ocon, he is coming around, and it's going to be Oscar Piastri P17, Ocon taking P9, P8, Hamilton coming around, oh my Jesus, we know, taking P9 is Lewis Hamilton. Yo, did that man just say fucking shame, bro? Hey, yo, don't say that about... Bro, I will fire you in a heartbeat. Don't say that about Kevin Magnussen. It started off with penalties, and it wasn't even his fault, bro. It was Logan Sargent's.
Magnussen, not going to be happy with how things unfolded today.
I don't blame him.
You know, I don't think many would have expected to see them finishing outside the top 10. They'll be aiming much higher than that, I assure you.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
It almost feels like it doesn't need saying after a 7th win, but another stunning performance today.
Well, we might be in Britain, but our podium finishers won't be celebrating with a cup of tea tonight. They'll be staying true to Formula One tradition. Now, Karun, I'd be really keen to know, how do you think the Haas team will be reflecting on today's result?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there though.
And here in Silverstone, the weekend now draws to a close.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
And that, my friends, is the end of Silverstone, which is very unfortunate because we have now gone 2 weeks? We got points in... Did we get points in Canada? It's either 2 or 3 weeks without points. However, Max Verstappen gets podium once again, his 7th victory this season. I don't believe in a row. I think in Monaco he didn't get that win, so it's not in a row. However, Max Verstappen does get podium here today, his 7th one for the season. Charles Leclerc getting 2nd, Fernando Alonso getting P3. So it is a little bit different of a podium, seeing as it's not going to be a Red Bull, 2 Red Bulls up here. You have a Red Bull, a Ferrari, and an Aston Martin. Lance Stroll getting P4, Sergio Perez 5, Carlos Sainz, George Russell, Esteban Ocon, Lewis Hamilton, Alexander Albon, P10. That's going to finish out your point runners. Then we got Pierre Gasly, Lando Norris, Nico Hulkenberg, Logan Sargent, Yuki Tsunoda, Nick De Vries, Oscar Piastri, Kevin Magnussen, Valtteri Bottas, and Zhou Guanyu. If it was up to me, Kevin and Logan would switch places just automatically because I don't know what the FIA was thinking, bro. That's like the 2nd time this season that I feel like they wrongly given me the penalty because Logan Sargent was behind me, hits my tire, knocks me out of the race, and yet I get the penalty. I don't understand. I don't understand. Anyway, Drivers' Championship, we have Max Verstappen, P1 still extending his lead. Did he get fastest lap? He did not. Fernando Alonso did. He's going to get the extra point. Down here, he's got 16 instead of 15. Anyway, Max Verstappen extending his lead after winning his 7th victory this year. Sergio Perez, he has 2 wins. We have 1 race win for Carlos Sainz, who's in P3. 1 race win for Charles Leclerc. And there we go. There's their top 4. They all have wins. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, that does add up. Okay, so anyway, I was thinking it didn't add up. P5, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll, George Russell, Kevin Magnussen, still P9. Homie, you got this, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Come on now. We can do this. However, George Russell is way up there now. Esteban Ocon with 22 points, 1 point behind Kevin Magnussen. He is P10. Then you have Pierre Gasly with 20 points. He is 3 points behind Kevin Magnussen. So we're going to want to stay in front of these two. Kevin, we want to stay in front of these two. Yuki Tsunoda, P12, Nick De Vries, Valtteri Bottas, Nico Hulkenberg, who is now tied with Alexander Albon, but still in front of, thankfully. Then we have Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri with 0 points. He is in the lead of the people with zeros. Logan Sargent. Oh, stupid. I'm just playing. I'm not, though. In real life, you're okay. In this game, though, however, don't talk to me. And then Zhou Guanyu, P20. Over here at your constructors, we have Red Bull still on top, extending their lead. We have Ferrari, Aston Martin, Mercedes, Alpine, Haas in 6th place still. And if we don't get points again in any races coming up, we will in fact be 20 points behind Alpine, and that is not the goal. We want to fight for 5th place. AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, Williams, who is now 1 point behind Alfa Romeo. They can jump up to P8 at some point. And then McLaren with 1 point. Alright, now that the race is over, that was your Silverstone Great Britain Grand Prix, round number 11. Looking forward to round number 12 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. That is where a lot of things changed, if I remember correctly, in real life. I don't think there's any mid-season changes in this game. but you can do mid-season changes in real life. Formula 123. I do believe the Hungarian Grand Prix, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe the Hungarian Grand Prix is when Daniel Ricciardo, he came back. If it wasn't, it was definitely for Spa. So it might have been 4 days, 11 days. Actually, you know what? Was it for them? Nah, because he came back there, and then he did that one, and then he wasn't able to race in this one. Okay. Had to have. Anyway, so I don't expect to see Daniel Ricciardo replacing Nick DeVries, just because I don't think that's how the game works. Anyway, however, we were close to 30 mil in debt. We're now 24 mil in debt, and cars, man. Cars, please. It's an underfloor. Swap out. We have to go all the way back down to this one. So we're actually downgrading our... We're actually downgrading our car right now. We are. Okay, so that one's done. And then the side pods, replace the part. That one's done. Alright, so we don't have to spend any money before the next race. Thank God. Some regulation voting. Wind tunnel or CFD simulator. See, I never know what to do on these. I never know exactly what to do on those. However, I do like the amount it goes up on. No, actually, I feel like... Oh, this is vote for or against. Like, you have... Oh, whoops. I'm going to vote... You know what? I'm actually going to vote for it. I'm going to vote for it. Anyway. So yes, we are in debt. We don't have to spend any money for the next race, which is in Hungary. I've already said that. Oh my Jesus. We just need to win some races, make more money than what we are making so we can get out of debt. Hopefully enough out of debt to make more research progress for next season. And I just got to figure out how to handle money for real, honestly. Is there a way to take out a loan in this game? I'll figure it out. Anyway. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. If you can't wait for the next video, please hit that subscribe button. Either way, hitting one of those two buttons only boosts my confidence in making these videos, and I am really enjoying making these because I've done 3 races in one day. Anyway, shit, it might be 4 here in a minute. The sun is still up, so that means I don't have to go to bed yet, right? Wait. Nope, never mind. The sun's no longer up. Anyway, like I said, those 2 buttons boost confidence. Do it anyway. Don't care. Until next time, I hope you have a great day, a great life, whatever it is. But I'm leaving. Goodbye.